You might be making this mistake right now and not even know it. Can, could, may, might, must, should, will, would, shall, ought to. These 10 words are called modal verbs, and they appear in almost every sentence a fluent English speaker says. But most learners use them randomly, guessing, hoping it sounds right. Today, we give you 3 simple rules that explain every modal verb in the English language. After this episode, you will never guess again. Stay with us. Hello and welcome to the Porch English, the podcast that breaks down the most confusing parts of English grammar and makes them clear, logical, and usable. I'm Amanda.
And I'm Ryan. And today is a topic I've wanted us to do for a while: modal verbs. Because honestly, this is one of the areas where learners feel the most uncertain. You know the words, you've heard them 1,000 times, but choosing the right one in the right moment? That's where people hesitate.
And the reason for the hesitation is that nobody explains the system. Modal verbs are taught as a long list: can for ability, must for obligation, might for possibility. Memorize the list. But lists don't tell you why. Today, we give you the why.
3 rules, 3 categories. Once you understand those 3 categories, ability, possibility, and obligation, every modal verb clicks into place. Let's begin.
Please follow or subscribe to the Porchlight English. New episode every day, always free. And your challenge today? By the end of the episode, try to say 1 sentence in each category using a different modal each time. Okay, Ryan, let's start with what a modal verb actually is.
Before we get to the meaning of each modal, we need to understand what makes a modal verb different from a regular verb. Because modals behave differently, and knowing those rules prevents mistakes.
Golden Rule 1. Modal verbs are always followed by the base form of the verb, not the ing form, not the past form, the base form, the simplest form. She can swim. He must work. They might leave. Can, must, might, all followed by the base verb.
The mistake this prevents: she can swims. Wrong. No S after a modal. He must working. Wrong. No ing after a modal. They might to leave. Wrong. No to between a modal and the verb. Modal plus base verb. That's it.
Golden Rule 2. Modal verbs never change form. They don't add S for he, she, it. He can, she can, it can. Not he cans, not she musts, never. Modals are already complete. They don't conjugate.
Golden Rule 3. To make a negative, add not after the modal. She cannot come, or she can't come. He should not do that, or he shouldn't. They might not be there. To make a question, move the modal to the front. Can she come? Should he do that? Might they be there?
3 rules. Modal plus base verb. No conjugation. Not for negatives. Now let's look at what modals actually mean, organized into 3 categories that make everything much cleaner.
Category 1. Ability. These modals answer the question, is someone capable of doing something? The main players here are can, could, and be able to.
Can. Present ability. Something you are capable of doing right now, in general. She can speak 4 languages. I can drive, but I don't own a car. He can't hear very well. He needs to see a specialist. Can is the most natural, most everyday way to say someone has an ability.
Could. Past ability, or a softer version of can. Past ability. When I was young, I could run for miles without stopping. I could read by the age of 4. He could swim before he could walk. These are abilities that existed in the past, things you were able to do then.
But could also works as a softer, more polite version of can in the present. Could you help me with this? Softer than, can you help me with this? Both are requests. Could just sounds more considerate.
Be able to. This isn't a modal verb technically, but it covers the same meaning as can and could. And it works in tenses where can and could don't fit. She will be able to travel again after recovery. I wasn't able to attend the meeting. They have been able to resolve the issue. Use be able to when can or could doesn't grammatically work.
Common confusion. Can versus could for requests. Can you open the window? Direct, slightly informal. Could you open the window? Softer, more polite. Both are correct. Choose based on the formality of the situation.
And one important note. Can has a negative, cannot, written as one word, or the contraction can't. In British English, can't often sounds like can't, with an open A sound. In American English, it sounds more like can't, with a flat A. Both are correct, just different accents.
Category 2. Possibility and probability. This is the biggest category, and the one where learners mix up the most. The key question here is, how certain are you?
Think of it as a scale from 0 to 100% certainty. Different modal verbs sit at different points on that scale.
At the top, 100% certainty is will, or actually more like 95 to 100%. She will be at the meeting. I am certain of this. The sun will rise tomorrow. Will for something you're almost completely sure about.
Next, strong certainty, around 90%, is must. When you use must for possibility, it means you're making a very strong deduction. She must be exhausted after that flight, 12 hours. He must know the answer. He's been studying this for years. You're not saying you know for certain, but the evidence is so strong it almost has to be true.
A step down, around 60 to 70%, is should. She should be home by now. It's been 3 hours. The parcel should arrive tomorrow. That's what the tracking says. Should here means, based on what I know, this is the likely outcome. Not a guarantee, but a reasonable expectation.
Now we get into the 50% range, genuine uncertainty. May and might both sit here. I may go to the conference. I haven't decided. She might be late. There's heavy traffic. Both express a real possibility, something that could happen but isn't certain.
Is there a difference between may and might? In careful formal English, may is slightly more certain than might, but in everyday British and American speech, they're used interchangeably. Use whichever one sounds natural in the moment.
And could, in this category, used for possibility, not ability. That could be the answer. It could be a misunderstanding. She could be anywhere. Could here doesn't mean ability. It means it's one possibility among others.
For negative possibility, adding not changes the certainty level dramatically. Must not. Very strong. You must not enter without permission. Prohibition. Can't. Strong negative certainty. She can't be serious. That's impossible. May not, might not. Uncertain. It might not rain after all.
And one classic example to show the scale in action. Someone is knocking at the door. It must be the delivery. I ordered something this morning. Very certain. It should be the delivery. I think it's due today. Pretty likely. It might be the delivery, or it could be someone else. Genuinely unsure. Same door, same knock. 4 different levels of certainty.
Category 3. Obligation and advice. These modals answer the question, how strongly do you need to do something?
Must, the strongest obligation, an absolute requirement. You must show your passport at customs. Non-negotiable. Required. In UK English especially, Must often comes from the speaker personally, their own authority or strong belief. You must try this restaurant. It's incredible. I must remember to call her back.
Have to. Also strong obligation, but usually from an external rule or authority. I have to submit this form by Friday. That's the deadline. She has to wear a uniform at work. It's the company policy. The rule comes from outside the speaker.
Subtle but important difference. I must leave now. I'm choosing to go. It feels urgent to me. I have to leave now. Something external is requiring it. A train to catch. A meeting. In everyday American English, have to and must are often interchangeable. But in British English, especially formal or written, the distinction is clearer.
Should and ought to. Advice and recommendation. Less than obligation, more like a strong suggestion. You should see a doctor about that cough. She ought to apologize. It was clearly her mistake. Both should and ought to express what the speaker thinks is the right thing to do. Ought to is slightly more formal and slightly less common in everyday speech.
Need to, necessity. Close to have to. You need to update your software. It's out of date. I need to finish this before I leave. Need to is very natural in both US and UK English.
Must not versus don't have to. This is one of the most important distinctions. Must not, it is forbidden. You are not allowed. You must not park here. It's illegal. Don't have to, it's not necessary, but it's allowed. You don't have to come. It's optional. They sound similar. They mean opposite things. Must not equals forbidden. Don't have to equals optional.
One more. Had better. Very strong advice with an implied warning. You had better call them back today or they might cancel. We had better leave now or we'll miss the train. Had better is stronger than should. It carries a sense of urgency, even a mild threat of consequence. Contracted in speech, you'd better, we'd better.
This is the section that intimidates the most people, but it follows one consistent formula. To put a modal verb into the past, you add modal plus have plus past participle. Could have gone, should have called, must have been, might have known.
Should have, for things you didn't do that would have been the right choice. Regret. I should have left earlier. Now I'm stuck in traffic. She should have studied more. She failed the exam. You're looking back at a past decision and judging it.
Could have, for things that were possible in the past but didn't happen. He could have been a doctor. He was brilliant at science. She could have called. She had my number. The possibility existed. It wasn't taken.
Might have and may have, for uncertain past deductions. She didn't come to the party. She might have been unwell. He didn't answer. He may have been busy. You're guessing about the past. You don't know for certain.
Must have, for strong past deductions. Almost certain what happened. She looks exhausted. She must have been working all night. He knew the answer immediately. He must have studied this before. The evidence points very strongly to one explanation.
Can't have and couldn't have. Strong certainty that something didn't happen. That can't have been the right address. The building is empty. She couldn't have said that. She's always so kind. You're almost certain about a negative past reality.
Would have, for things that didn't happen, often in conditional sentences. If I had known, I would have helped. She would have come if she could. The outcome that would have occurred but didn't because something prevented it. Let's put all three categories into one natural conversation. Ryan and I are colleagues planning a work event. Listen for every modal and try to identify which category it belongs to.
Morning, Amanda. Can you help me finalize the venue for the team day?
Of course, what do we have so far?
We may use the rooftop space at the office. It's available on the 15th. But it might rain that day, so we should have a backup plan.
Good thinking. Could we book a restaurant as the backup? That way the team can relax properly, no worrying about weather.
I was thinking the same. I must call the venue manager today before someone else books it. We can't leave it until tomorrow.
Right, and you should send the team a message about the date soon. People need to arrange childcare and so on. Some of them might need more notice.
I'll do that this afternoon. Oh, do you think Marcus will come? He's been hard to reach this week.
That must be doable if we choose a set menu. You'd better confirm numbers by Wednesday, though. Most restaurants won't hold a table without a head count.
I should have confirmed this all last week. I might have got a better rate at the venue. Oh well. Lesson learned.
Let's go through the categories. Ability. Can you help? Can relax? Can't leave it. Possibility. May use, might rain, might not be in, may be working, could drop, might have got. Obligation and advice. Should have a backup, should send, must call, should be able to, you'd better confirm. Past modal. Should have confirmed, might have got. Every category, all natural, all in one conversation.
Let's go through the most common modal verb mistakes and fix them once and for all.
Mistake 1. Adding s after a modal. She cans do it. Wrong. She can do it. Modals never change for he, she, it.
Mistake 2. Using to after a modal. I must to finish this. Wrong. I must finish this. Modal verbs go directly to the base verb. No to in between. Exception. Ought to is the only modal that keeps the to. Ought to go.
Mistake 3. Confusing must not and don't have to. You must not tell anyone. Forbidden, not allowed. You don't have to tell anyone. Optional, not required. Complete opposites. Know which one you mean before you speak.
Mistake 4. Using can instead of could for polite requests. Can you do this for me? Works, but sounds direct. Could you do this for me? Softer, more appropriate in formal or professional settings. In a job interview or with a client, could is the safer choice.
Mistake 5. Forgetting the have in past modals. She should called. Wrong. She should have called. He might been there. Wrong. He might have been there. Modal plus have plus past participle. All three parts every time.
Mistake 6. Using must for positive deductions and must not for negative ones. But forgetting that can't is often more natural for strong negative certainty. That must not be right. Technically correct, but sounds awkward. That can't be right. More natural, more common. Use can't for strong negative deductions.
Let's close with a clean reference you can return to.
Ability. Can. Present ability. She can drive. Could. Past ability or polite request. I could swim as a child. Could you help? Be able to. All tenses where can doesn't fit. I wasn't able to come.
Possibility. From most to least certain. Will. Almost certain. It will be fine. Must. Strong deduction. She must be tired. Should. Reasonable expectation. It should arrive today. May/might/could. Genuine uncertainty. It might rain. It may be late. It could be wrong.
Obligation and advice. From strongest to softest. Must. Strong personal obligation or rule. You must show ID. Have to. External obligation. I have to submit this today. Need to. Necessity. You need to update this. Had better. Strong advice with implied consequence. You'd better hurry. Should/ought to. Recommendation. You should call her. Must not equals forbidden. Don't have to equals not necessary.
Past modals. Modal plus have plus past participle. Should have. Regret. I should have called. Could have. Missed possibility. She could have succeeded. Would have. Conditional past. I would have helped. Must have. Strong past deduction. He must have known. Might/may have. Uncertain past deduction. She might have been ill. Can't/couldn't have. Strong negative deduction. That can't have been right.
3 categories, 3 questions. Is someone capable? Ability. Can, could, be able to. How certain are you? Possibility. Will, must, should, may, might, could. How required is it? Obligation. Must, have to, need to, should, had better.
And for the past, modal plus have plus past participle. Every time.
Your challenge. Write 3 sentences about your week. 1 using a possibility modal, 1 using an obligation or advice modal, 1 using a past modal, something you should have done, could have done, or must have felt. Post them in the comments. We read everything.
Thank you so much for listening to the Porch Light English. Please follow or subscribe wherever you're listening. New episode every single day. Share this with someone who always hesitates before choosing a modal verb.
From the Porch Light English. Keep the light on. See you tomorrow.
Bye for now.